Hi bestie and welcome back to my channel. Today's video we are going to touch a little bit around motivation and discipline because most people, including myself, think that success all depends on motivation. What if I told you that motivation only makes 15% of your journey and the other 85% is discipline? In this video, I'll break down what the 15-85 rule actually means based on motivation versus discipline, and why motivation doesn't really last in the beginning, and how to stay consistent even when you don't feel like it. So let's jump into it. So a few months ago, when I started with this YouTube journey, I had a lot of motivation and I was like, I thought I'll be posting every other day and reaching my target fast. But then all of a sudden, I just lost the motive to do any of that, to even continue. And I literally just stopped posting and I started doubting myself. So basically, I went into this space where I was like, I'm not really cut out for this, and I just decided to pause everything. But then the moment that I realized one thing that literally changed everything for me was that yes, you will be motivated to start something, but then when that motivation fades away, the next phase that you need to enter is to be disciplined and consistent. And that's where most of the people, including myself, just quit and stop everything. For instance, using the car analogy, you would say that when it comes to motivation starts your engine, right? But then with discipline, which brings along consistency, is what keeps the car moving. And what I mean by this is that at times you'll feel like just giving up on everything, but then your success is actually hidden in the discipline and the consistency that you need to carry on. Okay, so now when it comes to the 15-85 rule, basically how we split this into two is that 15% is 15% is the motivation that gets you started, and then the 85% is where the discipline and the consistency comes, right? So with the 15%, that's where you are all hyped up, you you are in the good, you're in the right environment. It's like your dopamine levels are just spiked up because of that 15% motivation, which is actually just short-term basis and not sustainable in the long run. So when it comes to discipline, this it obviously takes the larger percentage, because with discipline, that's where you have to build systems, that's where you have to put systems in place, develop habits that will help you reach your success, have the right mindset that to actually just keep you going after the hype, which is the after the hype, that short dopamine that you got from your motivation is gone. And also when it comes to discipline, it's like it forces you to show up even when you are tired or bored, even when you feel uninspired. But then that helps you to just keep on going, because let's be real, sometimes you feel like you're just not cut out for something, or you just feel like you don't know what to do or what the next step is. But then with discipline and all the systems in place, it's kind of like a guide for you. That's why discipline is also like a form of self-love, because it focuses on self-respect, and it's like you're sort of building a portfolio of proof to show that you are capable of achieving whatever it is, in this case the goals that you have set yourself up, or the thing that you say, or the thing that you are supposed to do. And the science also proves that the brain is wired to seek comfort over discomfort. And that's where the problem is, because with discipline, you literally need to be uncomfortable. And your brain will be fighting against that. That's why most people that rely only on motivation end up quitting when they have this dopamine crash. A great example is me in my case, because that's the reason why not really been posting that much, because I had that dopamine crash and I became uncomfortable with continuing to post at the end of the day. And of course, in the beginning stages, you will need that motivation at the end of the day. Don't get me wrong by thinking that I'm saying that motivation is actually not a good thing. It is in the beginning stages, but then throughout you will lose the motivation. So throughout the journey, the motivation actually doesn't is not required. What's required is discipline. So in the beginning stages, of course, you use that motivation and that excitement to get you started. But then also, to avoid burnout, you have to start small instead of trying to be all over the place and trying to do this and do that and do that, because you only have 15% of motivation. And once you have passed this beginning stages, this is where most people actually quit, because that's where the discipline comes into play. Instead of quitting, this is where you start by building systems that will help you stay on track. Like, for example, um, in my case, scheduling content on when I'm supposed to record, when I'm supposed to edit, and when I'm supposed to upload, using things like trackers, having routines that can help ease your day. And one of the things that actually helped me, and one of the things that I actually did recently that helped me a lot in many cases, is to have an accountability partner. That's something that is very important. Okay, in my case, that's something that really, really helped me, and I would recommend anyone that is struggling with anything to keep up with, be it whatever you want to achieve, your goals, have an accountability partner, because it helps a lot. So basically, what an accountability partner is someone that helps you, that keeps you in check with whatever it is that you're trying to accomplish. And it's like you have to keep up with your daily tasks, and you have to report to that person, be it weekly or daily. In my case, I do it every day. So with my accountability partner, we have a specific time where it's like I have to check in and report what I have done for the day, what were the complications, how my mindset was. One thing that you can take out from this video is that something that works is to have an accountability partner. That literally works. Speaking of habits, these are 4 habits that actually can help you keep you in check, whatever it is that you are trying to achieve, but then you need the motivation and the discipline to do it at the same time. So, to sum this up, are simple habits that can help you, which are helping me to just keep you in check. Start with something that can take either 2 to 5 minutes to complete. That can be journaling or listening to affirmations or whatever it is, that can literally take 2 to 5 minutes to complete. Why am I saying so? Is so that it puts you in that flow state of completing your tasks, because it's once you are in that flow state and you have completed that first task, you are able to complete the next task, just so on and so forth. And then the second thing is actually habit stacking. I've got this by reading the book Atomic Habits by James Clear. So basically, what this means is that for you to be, for you to get into the habit of doing something new, it's like you have to attach this new habit to an existing habit. And the third thing is to have a visible progress tracker. So basically, with this, it's that you are tracking your progress in real life time. It's like you have, for instance, when you want to hit your 10K steps, you have that app that shows that how far you have jogged or walked within that specific time frame. That also helps with triggering the dopamine. And the fourth thing is to have accountability loops. If you are comfortable with publicizing your goals, you can do that. You can either use social media to say, oh, this is how far I've come, this is what I'm doing currently and all that, or like and have an accountability partner, as I've mentioned before. Other thing that a person will ask me is that me, but Trace, what if I put in the work but then I don't see the results? Let's take an analogy of a tree. If you plant a tree today, you obviously don't expect it to grow by tomorrow, because that's literally impossible. What you are doing instead, you are watering the plant, making sure that it gets sunlight, giving it all the minerals, and just giving it all the minerals and etc to just ensure that it will grow into a healthy, beautiful plant or whatsoever. Same thing with goals. You have the motivation that gets you started, that is now planting the tree, and the discipline and consistency, even if you don't see the results, but then you have put in place like systems that can help you, habits that can help you, routine that can help you, and up until eventually you start to see the changes happening in your life. In the moment, yes, it's going to feel like a punishment because you are not used to it, and it's uncomfortable to be disciplined at some point. But then also, this is like a form of growth. Like they say, you don't grow in your comfort zone, you grow outside your comfort zone. Thank you guys so much for watching this video till the end. I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, subscribe to this channel, and let me know in the comment section what's your form of keeping you disciplined when motivation fades away, and how you overcome your obstacles. Thank you so much. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.